Okay, this is a serious video. Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm sorry, and this is the last video that I'm going to make tonight so I can post all my videos and go to hell to sleep. But this is a very important video, and it just disgusts me that this happened. Let me be clarifying first. First and foremost, I do not support President Donald J. Red-Headed Demon Step Troll in charge, Trump. I do not support him for quite a few reasons. Let me lay them out there. Y'all don't have to like this report. Y'all don't have to like this video. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody. The man is an outright blatant racist. The man is a clear and present danger. And he does not treat women fairly. And any woman that supports Trump, maybe you ought to go back and rewatch that Bully Bush tape. Because Billy, the Billy Bush tape. And why Billy gets to lose his job, but the president gets to be in office after all the negative, nasty crap that he said. And Billy didn't say anything. Billy was doing his job and got fired for doing his job, which is kind of crappy on the people who gave him the job, But I'm pretty sure that Extra is not going to hire me. And if they do, we're going to set down some ground rules, because if I can't be honest, then you can't give me the job. No, that's just the way it is. Or if I can't be honest to a fault, like I'm here, where I can give you 99.9, and if you can take the whole 1,000, I can give it to you. So, before I begin, I'm going to lay out my reasons why I don't support Trump. I told you he was racist. I've proven that he was racist in 1993 when he had something against Native Americans. He proved that he was racist when he lied to the Sioux Native Americans about he wasn't going to touch Standing Rock, and the first thing he did in office was erase the decree that Obama set to protect Standing Rock. That battle is still going on, and somehow or another, I guess the decree will still stand even if Donald Trump is impeached, because I'm pretty sure Mike Pence would have to finish off the term, and he's probably not going to go and rescind the Standing Rock thing. There's a thing about Native Americans that a lot of people don't understand. If you don't have Native American blood in you, you won't get it. But if, as a human being, you will get it, because what affects one human affects all humans. And my ancestors are Native American. My ancestors on both sides are Native American. And probably more on my father's side than my mother's side. But you have to respect people who gave up everything and got put on a piece of land or get killed, and they're still surviving. Now, they're not thriving, but they are surviving. And then they have to deal with the poison that the government gives them in alcohol, which is keeping them from being successful. The only good thing about Native Americans is that they have their own police force, and their tribal laws affect the tribe in the reservation. And if anybody out of the reservation gets in trouble, they generally can come and get them and bring them back and stand trial on Native American land. Outside of that, it also depends on how severe the crime is. It's a really big problem. But they have a president who has not really served in the military, who has no family that has served in the military, to come down on John McCain, because McCain was a POW. And for those who have not served, no one asks to be a POW. But in the event that you are, you were a soldier. And all soldiers, even me, respect soldiers. Now, even when the soldiers turn to the dark side a little bit, but they should not, but it happens all the time, as the recent events with the soldiers out west and up north doing stupid shit. But that's because the soldiers aren't being taken care of like they should, and no one's really fighting to protect soldiers from themselves and to stop us from doing really stupid stuff. So, those two reasons alone has me like this. My back is turned on the red-headed step troll in charge. But I do support this kid who supports Trump, and this came by way of the Blaze, and my feelings is hurting really bad, because even there's a video, and I'm not gonna show it. You guys can go find it if you want. It says 14-year-old boy brutally beaten on school bus over his support for President Trump. That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. The 14-year-old boy can support whoever the hell he wants. There is no cause for this shit. I'm going to continue on. I'm sorry, I'm a little angry, but I'm going to continue on. Okay. So, a 14-year-old boy was hospitalized last month for being beaten by multiple suspects on his ride home from school. According to the parent of the unnamed victim, he was attacked for voicing his support of President Donald Trump and was wearing a Make America Great Again hat. Alright? God, I hope these kids were not black, man. What are the details? I'm sorry, it's going to be hard for me to get through this. In a Twitter post from November 21st, the individual purporting that the boy's parent wrote, "I'm set in the hospital with my 14-year-old kid because he was just jumped by 8, god damn it. Good job, kids, you dumb bastards. He was jumped by 8 black kids on the school bus. I guess that's what happens when a kid wears a Trump hat to school." The parent added earlier in the day that they poured milk all over his head. In a following tweet Thursday, the parents posted video footage of the beating, saying the attorney, I can't freaking pronounce that, I'm just going to spell it out for y'all. It's got the @ FOYE Walker, PA, said it's okay to release the video and warn of its graphics. Mr. Walker confirmed to social media, "I am representing the victim in this video, who is a student of Hamilton County, Florida School District. The incident is occurred on the school bus. It's under investigation." And there is a video, and I'm not going to show that. I will never put anybody through that shit, because, you know, I was bullied as a child, as you all know if you've been watching. I've been bullied from kindergarten to college, so I've never been beat up, because, you know, I do kung fu, but I've been bullied a lot, and so I feel for this kid. In February 2017, a 12-year-old St. Louis boy wearing a MAGA hat was beaten and bullied by his classmates. The video shows the attack, also captured by the victims, ended up being suspended. According to Fox News, the school claimed all of the students profess disciplinary action. Alright, so there is a video. You guys can go find it. I don't support this one bit. It's even worse because the kids that beat up the boy is black, and that's going to make it worse, even though it happened like 2 years ago, so I don't know why it came across my phone now. But, you know, I guess because I missed it. But the thing is, you know, as a human being and an American, you have every given right to support whoever the hell you want. That's why we have a voting system. That's why it's worked so well for us. That's why it hasn't worked so well in other countries, because they are just starting, where we've been doing this since like the taking of this country. And I say that nicely and lovingly, but also truthfully, because it is true that America wasn't given, it was taken, and history is written by the victors. So these young men have ruined their lives. They have ruined everything for everyone else. And I do not support that shit. That is completely unacceptable. Now, you know, if you got a one-on-one fight, I'm not going to contest that, because I've been in a couple of one-on-ones and two-on-ones, and fighting is kind of what I do. So that's not something that I can really be biased about. But at 14, you know, to be jumped by 8 dudes, man, especially 8 black dudes, yeah, that's some really fracked up crap. And it's one of them videos that'll probably make you ashamed to be black. And like I said, you know, I don't support Trump. I would never support a racist if I can help it, not willingly, knowing that the guy's a racist. The last damn thing he's going to ever get from me is my vote. And, you know, there have been some Republicans that have had great ideas, and I wouldn't have a problem behind them, because even though Lindsey Graham supports Trump, I support Lindsey Graham, but I don't support Trump. And there's a lot of things that Lindsey just stands by and turns a blind eye to, and I don't appreciate that shit. But, you know, I still like Lindsey Graham. I don't like his political affiliation, but I like Lindsey Graham. He's made some good points over the years, but getting behind Trump was kind of one of those, you're kind of sticking it to yourself there, Lindsey. I'm sorry, but you are, because Donald been rolling on people, and he will probably roll again if this impeachment stuff comes through, which is neither here or there. What is here or there is that it is very unacceptable for 8 young black kids to beat up a white boy because he wore a MAGA hat. Now, if the shoes was reversed and it was 8 white boys beating up a black kid with an Obama hat, that shit probably would have never got so much damn traction. However, either way, or 14-year-old kids should be playing video games and not fighting each other on a damn bus. But these young black men took it amongst themselves to do something incredibly stupid, which also has set the world on fire with this crap. And, you know, just because this guy supports Donald Trump doesn't mean these kids had the right to throw him a beating. But, you know, when it was the other way around, when Donald Trump was trying to get the Central Park 5 killed because they were at the right place at the wrong time and proven to be innocent from the raping of the young white lady, and he was preaching, give them the death penalty, give them the death penalty. No, it's kind of the same thing, only nobody was really hurt except for the Central Park 5, who were freaking in prison for a crime they didn't commit, for a rape that they didn't commit. But these young guys have video, and they beat this poor kid to death. They know better. They know better. And I'm sure their parents are probably still whooping their asses right now from the fines that they have to pay for this crap. Please, people, please. If you're going to be racist, and I'm going to say this one time and one time only, it doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. If you are going to be racist, if you are Asian and you're going to be racist, if you are black and you're going to be racist, if you are white and you're going to be racist, keep that racist shit at home. If you're going to raise your kids to be racist, tell them they are only safe being racist at home. They are not safe being racist outside of your home. If you're at home and you're teaching your kids, and please forgive me for these statements because they are going to be racist. If you are white and you are teaching your kids to call people nigger or chinks or spics or wetbacks, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. If you are Asian and you're teaching people to call your kids guaylo, gaijin, or nigger, or spooks, or wetbacks, it's going to come back to bite your ass, and that's just that. If you are black and you are teaching your kids to call people honkies, crackers, chinks, gooks, spics, wetbacks, knew I need to continue with this racist onslaught that is coming out of my mouth, which is making me sick in my mouth by having to spew this crap. If you are going to teach your child to be a racist, you are setting your child up for two things. You're setting your child up for failure, because whether you like it or not, we're all on this earth together, and whether you like it or not, people are very racial sensitive. So you are not only just setting your child up for failure, but you're setting your child up to get fucked up. Alright? I didn't put that any other way. I was straight blunt with it. You are setting your child to get fucked up. As a kid, and this will be the final point that I'm going to make, I regret this shit to this day. Some might say I was in the right. Some might say I was in the wrong. I will always be against the fence on it, and I'm going to say I was closer to wrong than right because of the gender factor. When I was a kid in 3rd or 4th grade, whatever grade it was, the girl with the raspy voice, I'm leaving her name out, at Birmingham Rand School, called me a nigger. She looked me dead in my face, didn't blink, and the only thing she said was, I don't even know why we got to arguing, but I remember the one part of the conversation that hit home, because we didn't use those words in our house. And she looked me dead in the face and said, James, you're a nigger. But it wasn't with the whole hand, it was, you're a nigger. And before I knew it, I had drew blood from her mouth with my fist, and it was still on my hand when she started crying and screaming. I hit her dead in her mouth. I shouldn't have done it. I can't take it back, although I wish that I did. But it happened so fast. It happened so fast it didn't even register that I hit her until she started hollering and screaming. And when the teachers came and the teacher asked her what happened, I couldn't even talk. I was just stunned that I actually had done it. And they looked at my hand. There was blood on my hand, and they sent me to the office. And when I got into the office, it took almost 40 minutes for the principal, Mr. Garrett, to coach the word out of me. And I told him, we don't use that word in our house. I'm not allowed to say it. But I know it's a bad word. And in our house, the word digger was worse than the word motherfucker, dick, pussy, snot, bitch, hell, fuck you, go to hell, you son of a bitch, uh, any other four-legged innuendo, whatever the hell it's called. Um, we did not use those words in this house. And it just happened, just that quick. The rundown of the story was that, her parents clearly didn't teach her right from wrong and told her that she could call black people nigger whenever she felt like it. That was a lesson she probably will never forget. That you don't call black people nigger. Now, on the downside of that, I was a boy, she was a girl, and I was raised to never hit girls. Except that day. I don't know what happened in my head. All I heard was, it was like my body wasn't mine anymore. It was like a body snatcher took over it. All I heard was, James, you're a nigger. And my hand said, boop. Then I heard, and it was all over. I was sitting in the office. Then after I told the principal what happened, he kind of was like, well, good for you. I'm not really going to be mad at you for that because she shouldn't have said that shit. And then he sent me back to class. And so I forgot what class I was in, but I had to go to the second or third or whatever class I was in because this happened like at recess. We were really close to the end of school. And then at the end of school, I couldn't ride the bus home. I had to wait for my parents. I had to go back to the office because that was procedure. And she had to go to the office and she had to wait for her parents. And they had us separated. And then there was a big-ass discussion. And my mom showed up, and then they couldn't figure out why their daughter would call a white kid a nigger. But they didn't know that my mom wasn't white, that she was just incredibly light. And when they found out that I was basically mixed, she's like, oh. And the principal said, yo, we don't have that kind of stuff going on here in school. You do not tell your daughter that she can come to school and call a black kid a nigger. Hey, he's a black kid. His mom doesn't look black. He said, yeah, well, whoop-de-freaking do. You still don't tell your daughter to come to school and call nobody's kid a fucking nigger. He didn't use the word fucking. But, you get the point. He did it in a very professional manner. And so I didn't get in trouble, no. And I think that's like one of the only times I can really recall my mama actually standing up for me and saying something to these people about, yo, no, I told my son to not hit girls. But in this case, it'll be the one time that I'm not going to whoop his ass for doing something that he wasn't supposed to do. And so I didn't get an ass whooping for that. And it wasn't with the Lone Ranger canoe like years before when I got my ass beat with the Lone Ranger canoe. That being said, this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Please don't be racist. Please stop raising racists. And maybe, just maybe, we'll all make it to the next damn millennium. I'm James Williams Jr. Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.